Hi everybody, how you doing? Hey, I'm going to do a reaction video on the Galactic Federation good guys, their management of Earth. Okay. I saw the Cosmic Agency put this up a couple of days ago, and I wanted to do a reaction on it, but at the same time, I have my own thoughts and feelings about the whole subject. So I actually did a rant video on the Galactic Federation yesterday before watching this, uh, because I wanted to say what I had to say before, I get the latest information and take on things. So now that I got my rant out of the way, there are some other things I'd like to say about this too. But I want to say thank you to Gosha, Yaski, Swaru, Annika, and the Tibetans for all the work they're doing to help us understand the situation. So before we get into this video here, I want to say a few things about just generally the idea of third density versus fifth density reality. And the reason I want to say it is because I feel like the Galactic Federation is using this third density, fifth density sort of thing, this idea, to their advantage and to our disadvantage, as in their argument, why they are doing what they're doing, and it has something to do with 3D versus 5D. Now, I believe it was Yaski who was saying that there's no such thing as these densities, but we've been using 3D and 5D because it's a turn of phrase, it's a term that people are used to, but it's not getting the job done, so to speak, for a really clear understanding of things, especially in my perspective, with this whole argument or debate or trying to wrap our head around whether or not the Galactic Federation is the good guys, the bad guys, they're here to help or here not to help. Okay, so the way I look at it is that the physical universe is the physical universe. It's not like they're 5D and we're 3D. They're not fifth density and we're third density. No. The physical universe is just the physical universe, and there's all these ET races. Now, there are a federation, a united federation of planets, about 500,000 planets, with ETs of all kinds, humans and non-humans and just everything, right? But the Federation of Planets was originally, as I understand it, put together as the good guys to protect themselves from the bad guys. In other words, they're progressive civilizations, basically peace-loving, and they got together to protect themselves, defend themselves against regressives, reptilians, or any other races that might be aggressive and just into the control and domination of planets thing. Okay, so that whole idea, it's a game in life. It's a life game. It's like there are human beings and other beings of all sorts fighting or trying to avoid fights and conflicts with regressive beings, civilizations that are going through the galaxy and going through various galaxies, and they're playing the control and domination game, and they have been quite a threat to these planets, like 500,000 in our galaxy alone, so much so that these 500,000 civilizations or planets somehow put together an organization or a federation of planets to protect themselves and help nurture each other into a spiritual evolution or a greater experience of life and living. Okay. Generally, that's what I understand the Galactic Federation would be their real reason for being. Okay. Now, long ago, the Galactic Federation, somebody there called the shots to put Earth into an energy field of some sort. And Yaski and Swaru go into detail about the matrix and the moon and the energetic field and the etheric field and the Van Allen belt and all this stuff that explains exactly what happened to Earth. But it's all physical universe, all these planets, as well as Earth. But Earth gets wrapped up, and everyone on the planet gets their ability to perceive way limited. It's like walking into a room full of Wi-Fi turned jacked up G5 hardcore electromagnetic field radiation and other kinds of radiation, just all kinds of invisible to the eye interference that limits our ability to think clearly. It affects the brain, it affects the body on this level, etheric level, just energetically. We can't think as clearly, and we lose our ability, our telepathic abilities. Any extrasensory perception is limited or stopped or interfered with. Clairvoyance, gone. Clairaudience, clairsentience. That's clairsentience. That's just like you can tap into the knowing and you just know things. It's really great. Now, my understanding of it is that because it's like we should have that as human beings on Earth. Human beings in human bodies on Earth should have this ability had we not been influenced or interfered with by the Galactic Federation. Okay? So, we have been. There's stories, backstories, and understandings and reasons why Earth was interfered with and kind of wrapped in a fuzzball of dumbed down energy, and so it limits our perception. And when when our perception is limited, our understanding is limited. And our beliefs are, we can only believe by virtue of what we experience or what we hear. Okay? So we perceive it, and then we have a belief about what we saw. You can see something up in the sky, and you go, "Oh, that's a spacecraft. That's a UFO spacecraft." Somebody else, limited perception, they don't see it as clearly, and they go, "Oh no, that's just a plane." But you're crystal clear, or maybe you have a telescope and you see it crystal clear. So your belief about what you see is going to be different from somebody else that has a more limited perception of anything at all. Okay? So on Earth, our perception has been limited, causes us to think less clearly and believe in different things, and our beliefs are limited. Now we are more susceptible to lies and deception and bullshit and propaganda and mind control. So the regressives on planet Earth now are able to use this kind of technology, mind control technology, propaganda, mainstream media, all this stuff to program the dumbed down human experience that we are experiencing that was caused by the Galactic Federation in the first place. Okay? All right. Now, there's an argument that we are responsible, and I'm on board with that. We're not the victims here. We don't want to go into victimhood. But at the same time, this is simply a life game, a game in a sandbox universe where there are all kinds of beings, and some of them are working together, and some of them are regressive, and they're trying to control and dominate and be supreme and dumb down the rest of the life forms in this universe. So that's the game, okay? I think it's important to be clear that that is the game being played in this physical universe. It's predatory universe. It's literally built in such a way that life forms eat life forms in order to survive. Literally, there are meat-eating, carnivorous, advanced civilizations, and they don't like potatoes or tomatoes or the leafy greens. Their entire metabolism is built upon eating meat, okay? But even if you're a vegetarian, vegetables are life forms. This entire universe, physical universe experience, whether you're on Earth or you're on Taygeta or you're on some other planet in our galaxy or in any galaxy in the physical universe, we are a predatory universe. Life forms eat life forms to survive. That's just the game that it is. So the game becomes, how do you, many sub-games within the game universe, just like it was an online game. You can be involved in these games over here. You're building cities and you're building a great civilization. And you're not playing over here in this part of the universe, the game universe, where there's control and domination, war and stuff. It's just like you're not thinking about it, you're not feeling it, and you're not manifesting it. But here we are, us. We are here. We're thinking a lot about regressives. We're thinking a lot about world governments doing weird things and not helping humanity survive. We are seeing mind control, propaganda, all this stuff going on. Even in our limited awareness of things, we are snapping out of it and waking up. But it's still the game that it is. Now, if you're off planet, and let's say an Andromedan civilized planet, and they are part of the Galactic Federation. Now, they have a say in things, and if they were attacked, if some regressive group got into their government and started to do some kind of a weird population adjustment, so to speak, and they were using horrendous or clever advanced technology, mind control on the population, knowing full well that if they can get the population to be afraid and think about scary things, they can manifest scary things. Because after all, everybody does have their psychic abilities, supposedly. So if you were a regressive race and you were attacking an Andromedan planet, for example, what would the game be? There's a Galactic Federation, and this federation is here to protect the members of its federation. Okay? So I would imagine that it would step in to do something to help the population. They could see the population being dumbed down and mind controlled and mind fucked. If it was the reptilians, for example, that wrapped an energy field around an Andromedan planet, and the Galactic Federation is going, that's not right. If, in fact, the Galactic Federation councils that were in control of calling the shots on what are we going to do if an Andromedan planet gets wrapped in an etheric energy field that limits the Andromedans' perception and makes them very susceptible to advanced mind control technology. Are we going to step in? Yes. If we are a progressive, caring, Galactic Federation Council calling the shots, we would step in and do something. Okay. Now, in contrast, we look at Earth, we don't see them. Maybe they're doing something but we don't know about, right? We're being told, I'm not seeing it, right? If they could step in and do something about Earth, but they say, no, 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 no. And then there's these grand reasons why. They're helping Earth humanity evolve, giving Earth humans free will. It's not free will, not when you're already mind controlled. That's not free will. That's the mind controlled, hypnotized being doing what the mind control hypnosis thing is telling them to do. In other words, another way to look at this is humanity has been hypnotized. It's like we're in a state where we are easily suggestible. If hypnotists were to take a guy and say, get him nice and hypnotized, and say, every time I repeat something 3 times, you will believe it. And now, you will not remember this command. Wake up. Okay, so now the guy's got a post-hypnotic suggestion that every time he hears this particular individual or group say something 2 times, he'll believe it. It's kind of like that on Earth right now. And to say that this hypnotized guy that has been subliminally suggested with hypnosis, for example, to say he has free will is nonsense. That's not what's going on here. Okay. So, oh man, I have a lot to say about it, and we haven't even started yet. I apologize for that. We're going to get into this in a sec. Well, a minute. But I wanted to get this shit off my chest before we get into this, because I don't know what Yaski and Swaru and Annika and everybody's going to say about this. Okay. In the big picture, in this universe, no more. It's not about 3D and 5D. That's a way to say, oh, we're something better, a higher vibration, a higher density than you guys. And no, we're just one more planet, except this particular planet, Earth, has been wrapped in some kind of energy field that dumbs us down and makes us less aware. All right. Now, the only thing I can think, it keeps jumping in my head, and I try to talk about something else, but it keeps popping up, and that is that maybe the real game here is we have decided, people like you and I, who don't like the situation on Earth, we'd like to change conditions for the better for ourselves and others. I believe that I don't believe that the Galactic Federation councils that are controlling Earth are the good guys. That's the question. Are the Galactic Federation good guys? I don't think so. I think there's some good guys in the councils, but I don't believe that those who are calling the shots are coming from a good place. They're saying they are, and they're coming up with great fucking arguments about how they are, but in fact, no. They're mixing up 2 different game universes. It's like they're saying that they're not going to interfere with Earth, non-interference prime directive, when they already have completely interfered with it. It's so bad that we're dumbed down, we can't even, we've lost our psychic abilities and our awareness, and so we're fighting for that. We're fighting to get that back. while the regressives on the planet are fighting to keep the population dumbed down and keep the entire civilization of Earth in a weird place. And if they can win, it's not helping. It's just like one more game that humanity has lost. No. If the Galactic Federation were upholding their, what I would imagine would be their true purpose for being a federation in the first place, would be to protect planets. And helping planets that are not part of the Galactic Federation, what are they doing with those planets? They're playing with our planet and what's going on here because we are not a part of the Galactic Federation. So theoretically, you could say that, look, the Prime Directive covers the rules of engagement for other planets and beings and civilizations and ETs, and telling them do not interfere with other life forms until they evolve. But we ourselves are not engaged or involved in the Galactic Federation. We don't have their protection. So they are not obligated to protect us. The Galactic Federation is here to protect the Galactic Federation members from attack and stuff like that. They're not doing that. They're not protecting us from that sort of thing. We are not being protected, and we're not part of the team. And then we've got those that would like to help us. I mean, they can see it, right? They can see what's going on. The Tigetans and a few others, they see what's going on, and they want to help. And they're restricted, stopped, limited, kicked out of Dodge. No, you can't give them technology. You can't. What the fuck are you doing, Galactic Federation Council? What are you really doing? This should be game on, gameplay as usual. Regressives are attacking a civilization, and you've got the good guys. The civilization itself is struggling to survive, and you've got their allies and friends off planet would like to help, and you got a Galactic Federation stepping the fuck in, say no, you can't help them. What the fuck is that? That doesn't. And then they're coming up with their stories about why it's okay, and they get very clever and very, very erudite. It's very pedantic, very clever in their ways of presenting their argument and debate about it's all for the good of humanity and stuff. No. It's like, it's kind of like I hear them saying, the Galactic Federation people, saying that they are looking at Earth from above the Earth plane of existence. And they're in some wonderful plane of existence, and they're looking at us, and we're in this lower plane of existence, and we have to evolve and awaken and grow and stretch into 5D. And there is no 3D and 5 fucking D. You've got 500,000 fucking planets of civilizations not wrapped in a fuzz fucking ball that limits their fucking abilities, our consciousness and awareness, and does not make them susceptible to programming. And there's not a lot of regressives on their planet anyway, because they've been protected, and they got together to protect each other. That was the entire fucking purpose of a Galactic Federation, right? Protect each other. So if regressives come in, we got military, we got armadas. We're going to go in and help protect a particular planet from being overtaken and mind controlled and manipulated and done with whatever. The regressives on planet Earth right now are eating the fucking humans, selling the fucking humans, making human adrenochrome, torturing fucking children, kidnapping, off. All this wild and crazy shit is going on here, and that's not going on the Galactic Federation's fucking planets. So we're obviously not part of their Galactic Federation, are we? So what the fuck are you doing? Leave us the fuck alone, and if somebody wants to help us, let them help us. And if somebody or a group wants to be out of the Galactic Federation, like the Tigetans, I don't know all the details of that, but look, if these guys want to help and they don't even want to be part of your fucking Federation anymore, you let them go. What's this not letting somebody out of the Federation thing? Why would Yosky or Swaru have to do a legal battle to get the fuck out and be a free spirit or a free new race, not under the umbrella of the Galactic Federation? If this was a, what harm could it do, right, to a group of benevolent, carrying 500,000 planets group, if you let one or two or three walk out, hey, we want to leave. You can't leave, not without a fucking legal battle. What the fuck? And then they kick the Tigetans off the fucking planet. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is that? That is bullshit. To come back and say we're doing it for the good of humanity it's like, there's a movie, Chicago. It's that musical with Renee Zellweger and the other girl, Michael Douglas's wife. Anyway, in that movie, there's a scene where a guy gets caught by his wife. She walks in. She comes home early. She walks in to the bedroom, and he's in bed with two girls. And she's like fucking pissed. And he says something like, are you going, he gives some fucking excuse and tells her some shit. And then he says, are you, in a very arrogant manner, are you going to believe what you see, or are you going to believe what I tell you? Something like that. Or don't believe what you see, believe what I tell you. And it just makes the point very clear that narcissistic, aggressive type people are so arrogant that they will look you right in the face and tell you you're wrong because you see something and it's different from what they're telling you it is. Are you going to believe what you see, or are you going to believe what I tell you? Or what I tell you you're seeing? And it's kind of like that with the Galactic Federation Council that is actually calling the shots on Earth. I mean, come on. There's so much evidence to the contrary. And with all this said, let's step back from it. There is a universe, a realm, outside of the physical experience. When anybody drops fucking dead in the physical experience, they will go off in a second body, an astral body, an energy body. They'll go into some other belief system territory. They have an afterlife experience. Now, mechanically, I'm pretty sure it works. Could be wrong on this. Yosky would know a lot better about this than I do. But if a Tigetan or an Andromedan died, or one of these reptilian guys died, they'd be out of the physical universe, and they'd be in a non-physical realm. Now they can do whatever they want. They can reincarnate into a physical form in physical universe. We're not talking 5D versus 3D. No, they could reincarnate back into physical universe, this one, and they could reincarnate back as another reptilian, or they could incarnate into a human body. We have lots of choices once we leave here. But when we leave here, we're not in the physical universe anymore. And there are realms and reality systems, belief system territories beyond the physical world experience. And I think that the Galactic Federation would like the humans on planet Earth right now to think they are in some kind of higher dimensional plane, that we would have to almost fucking die. We have to die and come back to reincarnate into 5D. No. If you die here on Earth and you get out of the physical universe experience and you get away from this whole energetic, etheric bullshit field around the planet, and you just go off into some other alternate world, parallel universe, something like this. You go off into there, and now you could, hey, I think I'll incarnate on Andromeda or to get in planet Timur or something like that. You could do that. Okay? That's my understanding of it. So, or you could never come back and reincarnate into any physical experience. Now, so I feel and believe that the Galactic Federation Council is trying to play us and manipulate our thinking in such a way that we're supposed to believe that they are helping when they're not. And what I think really is going on, this is just a physical universe, and you've got the regressives and the progressives. Those into civilization, liberation, and love and spirit, and the evolution of consciousness, and awakening and enlightenment, and ever expanding in consciousness. That group there, we call it progressive. And then you got the other guys who would like to have all of that except for themselves and suppress everybody else. Control and domination to have their great enlightenment, their Illuminati, their enlightenment, the illuminated ones. This is what they want. They want their enlightenment, they want the wisdom, they want the power, they want the truth, they want this great knowing and understanding and ability. But the game they're playing is to dominate the rest of the life forms in this universe. That's the game. And they're really good at it, and they're into infiltration, they're into infiltrate. This is a technology or a technique, a strategy of the Illuminati and the dark forces on planet Earth. They will infiltrate a good, wholesome organization. They'll get their people in there, and they'll take their time. They might take 2 or 3 generations, or they'll marry into it. They'll have a honeypot sort of thing where there's a pretty girl or something who is actually an agent for the dark side, marry into the family that runs or controls the corporation or the industry or the bank or the country, whatever it is, and they infiltrate. Then they hijack. They give it some time, and then this insidious way of getting to the top, treacherous as can be, no moral codes, not by our standards, and they will do whatever it takes, lie, cheat, steal, murder, blackmail, whatever, to get to the top. So they will infiltrate an organization, then hijack it. So now they are running and controlling it, and next they will consolidate this organization into their other organization, their bigger organization. So they've consolidated this into that. And it sounds to me the same obvious strategy has been used in what was once a very wholesome, for the right reasons, Galactic Federation and Galactic Federation councils and sub-councils like that. And I believe it's been infiltrated in this very way. And now they're talking fast and talking like fucking lawyers, trying to argue and get us to believe and agree that either they're helping or they're not helping, but it's for our own good. And I think both those things are bullshit. I do. It's like, hey, let's just shut the fuck up for a minute and let's look at what's going on. These assholes on planet Earth that are running the show are about to readjust the population numbers in a very drastic way in just a very short period of time. That's what we got. And what? It's the Galactic Federation. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's what we mean. We're helping. What do you mean by fucking help? Oh, well, we're going to we're going to help those in power stay in power. Or we're going to help you that are getting the shit beat out of you learn that you don't want to do this again. That's how we're helping. Well, fuck you. Would you do that to your own fucking people on some other planet, part of the Galactic Federation? No. You wouldn't let the bad guys beat the fuck out of a planet and say, oh, it's for their own good. They're evolving. But see, the Galactic Federation can say, well, we're 5D and Earth is 3D, and to get Earth back up to 5D, well, we got to, it's School of Hard Knocks, and we got to they got to get the shit beat out of them until they said they've had a fucking enough and a real deep level here, and meanwhile we are fucking suffering. Not all of us, but some people are really feeling the pain, the control, the domination, the torture, their kidnappings, adrenochrome, creepy shit. What? But no, it's for your own good. No. They're telling us fucking stories because I believe that they are regressive and they know exactly what they're fucking doing. And in the meantime, they're trying to bullshit the rest of us, not just us here on Earth, but the rest of the well-meaning civilizations that are in the Galactic Federation, the United Federation of Planets. That's what I think's going the fuck on. Isn't it? It's not like, oh, we're trying to help you lift up to 5D. Yeah, shut the fuck up. No, you're not. You're not. You and I could figure out a better way. Well, what's the real problem here? We could figure out a much better way. The Tigetans could figure out a much better way, and the Tigetans are working it. They're working it the best they can, and a few other civilizations are as well. They're trying to help us. And the fucking Galactic Federation is just getting in the way, stopping, cutting off the communication to the humans. And while other fucking information is, it's just been dumped on fucking Hitler. Here's some advanced technology, use this. It dumped on the CIA and the FBI and all these other, here's some great shit, use this creepy shit to control and dominate the fucking world. Is it not fucking obvious? They are helping those in control, other regressives. That would mean to me that there are regressives in the Galactic Federation, not 5D, no, just off fucking planet, helping those on the planet do their control and domination thing and torture and fuck with people. And with the Galactic Federation saying all in the name of helping humanity. Oh, bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. There's a whole lot better ways to help us than that bullshit. All right. Said what I got to say. You still with me? You still want to watch this? There's a link down here. You can watch this. You don't need me to comment on this. But I had to set this the fuck up because I really have a lot to say about this. And I'm very emotional about it. Yeah. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Let's see what Yaski, Swaru, Annika, and Gosha have to say about it. All right? All right. Here we go. Thank you for watching. Let's continue now. Where are we?
leaving that
Whoops.
3D person.
Sorry. Here we go. Okay, what was that? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to back this up. Okay, what does this say? In this part, is the Federation good or bad? How the Federation views 3D Earth, what the collective wants, the field and the cabal. That would be, I guess, I'm not sure if we're talking about the Federation collective or the unconscious collective of humanity, but we'll find out. But what collective wants, the field, I think that's the energy field that is around Earth, the etheric field that is part of our problem. And the collective wants that field and the cabal. Yeah. They want the cabal in place, doing what they're doing, and they want the energy field in place to limit us. Okay? And we're also going to talk more about how the Federation operates. Yeah. Okay. Why Tibetans, Yasky, and Swaru regard the Federation in its dealings with Earth as regressive. Yeah. It is recommended to view the whole video to grasp all the elements of this complex scenario. Yeah. Link down below if you haven't watched this yet. Okay. And this is my first viewing of this. I haven't watched this yet.
Is the Federation good or bad? Yasky. As with many large things, the larger, the even more complex. No one can say if it is good or bad as such, taking into account that the Federation is not one single entity, and it is made of people with different points of view and many different opinions coming from an extremely wide variety of backgrounds, because they come from different cultures, some similar to Earth's and others very different. On Earth, most people into the Federation subject claim it is all love and light, benevolent and working for the people. Something so complex and so large cannot be simply catalogued as good or bad. That would be and is an oversimplified idea and concept that does not reflect reality. Something so large as a political institution cannot possibly be all good always, as good and evil can only be seen as such relative to something else. Good can be bad for some people, and what is evil for another may be good for yet another. Even defining good and evil is complicated. So we must take the Federation subject, specifying with what context we are looking at it from what point of view, with who and when. Who in the Federation is doing what with who else, and not talking in bulk, generalizing about the whole group. The part we are interested in analyzing here is the Federation and its relationship with the human inhabitants of the Earth's surface. Specifically,
I want to say something about that. The human inhabitants of Earth. These bodies have been adjusted in such a way that non-human entities can either walk in or transfer in or be born into these bodies that are human, but you could have a reptilian and probably a lot of other kinds of very non-human beings getting into our human bodies. Now that right there is, to me, a violation of the Prime Directive. If this is a human planet, it's for humans. So you don't allow regressive races to incarnate into human bodies. And it's also, it seems to me that you wouldn't allow Earth to be a playground for other, even other humans, but as I understand it, other humans can get in their immersion pods and just like consciousness transference into bodies. Walk-ins are a big thing. Portals. These bodies are, some of them are adjusted. They're an easy portal for beings to come into this world and leave this world. Is this sort of shit going on the other Federation planets? Or is, like, let's say the feline, one of the feline civilizations. They look like lions and tigers, but you know, human-ish, but tigers or cats or feline. Are those bodies, are let's say, can a reptilian easily and willingly, and nobody gives a shit, incarnate into a reptilian, into a feline body? Can a reptilian incarnate into a bird body or like a population of dolphins or whales? Is that okay? Can we do that? Or it seems to me that for a federation or a united federation of planets with civilizations, they're going to be civilized about this. And hi, this planet is for the cat people, okay? And if you're a being that is cat people, then yeah, come on in. Or if you're at least compatible with cat people, come on in. But you don't just, it seems to me you wouldn't just allow these bodies to be adjusted and manipulated so that any kind of weird entity or insectoid or some weird creature in the consciousness is some weird creature to incarnate into the feline cat body with an aggressive fucking agenda. You would, it seemed like there would be security measures or technology measures taken so that only the energy signature of the feline body would only accept the consciousness of a feline consciousness kind of being. That's how it is with human bodies. It's supposed to be, or it's how it's supposed to be, as I understand it. These bodies, the brains, there's a certain energy signature that the being that's going to get into the body, the being and the body have to be of the same energy signature. And so, if not, the being cannot incarnate into that body. So, good, except these human bodies are completely adjustable and manipulatable and tweakable so that a non-human consciousness can enter into a body after a human consciousness has left. Like a walk-in can walk in. It does, that seems to be something that would be that the Galactic Federation, if they were the ones that are in control of calling shots on Earth, that specific bit of the Galactic Federation, they would be interested in that phenomena and kind of watch over it to make sure the humans on Earth, their entire population wasn't getting infiltrated and diluted with other kinds of entities and creepy beings that have nothing in common with humanity. They're not you talk to them, they literally, you'll see psychopaths and sociopaths in human form, and it's very likely that they were never human. They're not human. That's why they don't care about, they're not emotional, and doesn't bother them to kill, all that stuff. So it seems to me that the Galactic Federation would find that important and would care about the human population of Earth. So if you look at the human population of Earth, not a reptilian or Drake or some other regressive entity getting into a human body, no, I don't consider that as a human being. So I see, because this has been allowed and it's been going on a lot, and people can come and go, and this is like a playground for beings. They can go, hey, I think I'll go play human for a while. And they don't care if they get killed, they don't care if they get tortured, they don't care if they themselves are murderous, and it's just a game to them. They're just in and they're out. It's like they can go in and out really easy. They know who they are, they know what they are. Or they may even decide to be unable to remember once they get in, just for the challenge of it. But before they came in, they knew what they were doing. They come in, and leave. And they're not human, some of them, while others are. So there's a lot of starseed beings that are human, or that care about humans and have human compassion for humanity. They can incarnate into these human bodies too. But it seems like something's wrong with that picture. It doesn't seem to me that the other planets are playing that game. Hey, let's just let anybody incarnate into our race of bodies, the body race. We're either dog-like beings or cat-like beings or fish-like beings or we're bird-like beings or reptilians or whatever. It seems like they would keep it pure, keep it clean, so to speak, for the benefit of the race of beings who want to grow spiritually and evolve and expand in consciousness in a more peaceful kind of way. Anyway, that's all.
Civilian population. How does the Federation view Earth humans? 5D perspective versus 3D perspective. One of the Federation's most cherished rules or laws is that of free will. The problem concerning Earth is that they are not considering the free will of the people of the Earth, because they are seeing it as a secondary interpretation or point of view of the same people on Earth but in 5D. Or
that's what I'm talking about. They're using this 3D, 5D bullshit, and there is no 3D, 5D bullshit. It's like, say it like it is, motherfuckers. It's 5D, what that really means, the physical universe and people in it. 3D, what that means is mind-controlled, limited perception, mind-fucked planet population.
Whatever D they may live in. This is because they consider Earth a playground, a place to have a specific set of experiences and for a very large variety of reasons.
Oh yeah, okay, so they do see it as a fucking playground. It's but it's not a playground for humanity. And they didn't check with the human population and ask, hey, would you like to be turned into a fucking playground where you can have children, and instead of a human being born into your human child body, We get some fucking reptilian motherfucker. How about that? And you're living with a child fucking psychopath. How about that? Are they? That's called interference to me. It's not called non-interference.
As I have explained before, the people of Earth are all starseeds. Talking about the real ones here, of course.
Yeah.
So from above, from a higher perspective of their own existence, they also exist as 5D people, co-inhabiting more than one place and time simultaneously. This is a fact that spawns out of the very nature of time itself.
Well, my thoughts on that is that I do get the idea of other planes of existence. I don't call them densities, but dimensional planes, other places, other realms, alternate realities, parallel universes, belief system territories of all kinds. And there are parallel physical universes even. And all these different timelines or time tracks or manifestations of realities. There's unlimited. And that we exist in more than one at a time. I don't see that, and it doesn't make it right what the Federation is doing to the beings on planet Earth. But it's going to get complex. It's going to get deeper in a minute, I'm sure.
That I will explain in full in future videos. And I think it is critical, so I can be understood here. But this aside, the perspective of the Federation is to respect its members' free will at all costs.
Yeah. That's what they say, and I think generally that's the rules, that's the game, that's the guidelines, and that's what they do, generally speaking. But if you got some regressives in there, they're not doing that, but they're going to pretend like they're doing that. It's just like regressives in government. Pick a world government here on Earth. The politicians are going to say they're following the rules, and you and I know full well that they're lying their ass off and setting us up and all this kind of shit, while saying something else, and they want us to believe it.
The terrible problem with this is that, as they are perfectly aware, one perspective of the same person changes due to the limitations of life in a lesser density. The Federation will respect the will of the people close to them from a more expanded point of view as the will to consider, and not the free will of the same people in 3D.
And see, and I think that's their wordplay, that's their lawyer speak, and that's the bullshit. Oh, come on. And calling it 3D and 5D. No, you got some people, what 3D means is you got a mind fucked in the goddamn field. And then you've got the cabal in there, mind fucking people even more. And then the people down here say, no, we don't like it. Yet they're agreeing to negativity. They're agreeing that this is that. And they've gotten caught up. What they agree to is being manipulated. It's like somebody talking fast and sharing bullshit stories to you to get you to agree to something. And you end up agreeing to it and you wish you hadn't done it later. It's because you've been compromised. Your ability to think clearly has been compromised. Your perception is compromised. You're in a compromised situation. And now you're agreeing to things. Now the Galactic Federation is saying, well, they agreed. They agreed to this shit. And and that's a big generality. Who, you and I aren't agreeing to it. Yeah, on some other level you are. Well, what the fuck? They're just playing it and messing with us. That's what I think. And the idea that we are in a higher plane, and before we incarnated, we agreed to the experience we're going to have. This higher plane is not 5 fucking D, not in my book. This higher plane of existence is like what we understand here as the astral or beyond. You drop dead here, it's in the afterlife experience. It's unlimited kinds of reality systems, belief system territories. You can go anywhere and do anything, so to speak. But that's not within the physical universe. Yet these Galactic Federation argument here that we're getting is that we are agreeing on some other plane. This is people in the physical universe telling us that we've agreed on some other plane to do this. How do they fucking know? It's almost like the Galactic Federation beings that are running this, the regressives there, are saying they are in and of this higher plane of existence. So they know what's going on. They got first-hand direct knowledge of how people choose and decide, beings choose and decide to incarnate. And they know all about this. But the 5D Galactic Federation people, they're not in a non-physical universe. They're not in a higher plane of existence. It's the physical fucking universe. They're calling it 5D. Why, I don't know. But us being wrapped in our limited perception, they're calling us 3D, and they're playing it, this wordplay, if you ask me. It's clever fucking bullshit wordplay. Just saying.
Life experienced on Earth is wanted and is planned from above by the people who will have the experience there.
Well, yes and no. And that's, is this Yaski's understanding of it, or is this representation of how the Galactic Federation thinks? I apologize for me just talking. We're barely 6 minutes into this video, and I've already spent, about a fucking hour. There's just so much going on here. I agree that we have chosen to come here. There's no victims here. I agree with that. But we have been it's like you're at the dock and you're about to get on a ship, and you think you're going to go to Europe. No, you think you're going to go to Japan from San Francisco, and you're going to get on a ship, and you talk to people and you pay your ticket and you get on the ship, and it's going to fucking Shanghai. You just got shanghaied. You agreed to get on the ship. But that's kind of where it stops. The rest just kind of plays out. It rolls out. Or the idea of you agree to play football, but you don't agree to break your leg playing football, but there you are, you're in the game now and you break your fucking leg. It's getting very slippery and complex and like this, but you don't you don't stand here and watch some guy beat up a dog. You do something about it. You don't say, oh, the dog agreed to the experience before he got here. It's like, where's your compassion? Come on. What game are we playing here? You're going to step back and go, oh, everybody agreed to every fucking thing that's ever fucking happened, so don't do nothing. It's like, fuck it. Oh man, it's deep as fuck, isn't it?
So the Federation will see the will of the people in 5D, whatever D, as the real free will, leaving the experience on Earth as just a caricature of the original, an avatar, a persona.
No, I don't know about that. If that's what the Galactic Federation is saying, I don't know about that. It's like, are you saying that, look, if you took the energy field off of Earth, we'd be here and we'd be more awake, aware, we'd have expanded awareness and understanding, and it might be a little freaky, or a lot freaky, but are you saying that, is the Galactic Federation saying that if we have a body on another planet and we have a body here, we have two bodies running around the physical world, and it's the free will of this body here that this body be tortured? No. I say, no, it doesn't work that way. No. The free will, pointing fingers at, no, that's their free will. The free will of the new being. It's like, if I'm in two places at once, let's look at this from a bilocation point of view. The idea of spiritual bilocation, it's like a person can go out of body or split their consciousness, and they can experience life from another point of view. Okay? I've done this, it's happened to me, so I know it's doable. And I've worked with people while right in session, they've experienced the same phenomena. They're all of a sudden seeing their body from a different perspective, and they're in their, this specifically, that's helping a person get out of body, and we're on the phone and they're talking, and she's kind of like just got her eyes closed, and she's on the phone, and I'm guiding her to get out of body. She's sitting on the floor, and we did a guiding thing where she would move out of her body, in her astral body, and she'd move into the kitchen, and I had her touching and feeling and seeing things, and she's out of body and she's doing great. And I said, hey, let's try an experiment. Okay, let's do this. I'd say, hey, go to the door, the kitchen, and then peek around the corner and see if you can see your physical body sitting there on the carpet with phone. And that's the body that's talking to me, right? But she's in her astral body. So I said, yeah, okay. I said, go touch your refrigerator. Yeah. Touch the sink. Yeah. Okay, go over to the doorway. Okay, you ready? She goes, yeah. Okay, just slowly peek around the corner and see if you can see your physical body that's on the phone talking to me. She says, oh, okay. And I'm hearing it in the phone, right? She's going, okay, because she's using the voice of her physical body, but her visual and touchy-feely, she's in her astral body, right? Okay, so she sneaks and she looks around the fucking corner. She goes, oh my God, oh shit, I'm done. And she snapped out of the whole thing, and she goes, God damn, that was freaky. I go, what? What happened? As soon as I looked around the corner, I saw my physical body. But at the same time, I was in my physical body and I was looking over there at the kitchen, and I saw my astral body peek around the corner and look at me. So she was in both perspectives looking at her fucking self, and it freaked her fucking out. So that's bilocation. There's other ways it happens, but that's bilocation. So what the Galactic Federation, or what's being said right now, is that we're in two bodies, not one astral and one physical, but two physical bodies, and the free will of this physical body and 5D bullshit. The body that's not being influenced and mind fucked over here on this planet or this spaceship, it may be in an immersion pod, but No, let's not do the immersion pod thing right now. Let's just say the body here, the being that's here, they also they're conscious and they're walking around talking and doing things on planet whatever. Okay. But the Galactic Federation is saying that we also have a body. This person has a body on Earth. A physical body here, a physical body here. This one is wrapped in an energy field and being mind controlled and mind fucked by the cabal and hates it. And the Galactic Federation is saying that the free will of this one dictates what happens to this one. No. This one is a conscious being as well. And this one's free will matters. It always matters. The consciousness that you and I are, we're in every fucking thing alive. We're the consciousness that is in a reptilian is the consciousness that is in a gopher. The consciousness in a rabbit is the consciousness that is in a wolf. The consciousness, it's just consciousness. The consciousness assumes points of fucking view and then becomes or assumes and becomes that point of view and that character and that being. So this character or being that runs around is now an individual with free fucking will. So consciousness, when it puts itself in two different places, what goes with it is free will of this perspective. And that's what the fucking Galactic fucking Federation guys aren't talking about. They're going with, no. The free will of this one overrides the free will of the 3D one. There is no 3 fucking D. This consciousness has decided to be in two places at once. Here, let me give you another perspective. It's Yasky and Swaru. Swaru is able to be the mother, Swaru, and then when she has a child, like say Swaru 4 has the child Swaru 5, the consciousness that is Swaru 4 is also the consciousness that is Swaru 5. Swaru 5 has all the memories of Swaru 4. 3, 2, 1. Right? Okay. Now, the consciousness has split into two bodies, and they're both alive, and they're both running around, and while this one is doing this one is doing this. Now, the ability of the being, it's one consciousness, but they are becoming two different beings. They're being two different people. So this is mom, and this is the daughter, and they both do different things. Now, from either perspective, the awareness that is the consciousness is aware of what's going on in both bodies. But the consciousness in this body can more focus on what's going on here and not really pay attention to what's going on in this body. And this body, while in this position, can also focus in on what I'm doing here, but not really pay attention to what's going on there. Okay, so this is with Swaru and Yasky. But it's going on with every being. So it is that you and I have bodies in other planes of existence. We're not talking 3D and 5D. We're talking like parallel universes or alternate realities, parallel timelines. The consciousness that you are is also in other realms. Now, the you that you know yourself to be can be in another perspective and be that person that you know yourself to be. Now, if you have full awareness of who you are here and full awareness that you are here, and so you have this perspective of being in two bodies at the same time, then the free will is the free will of the one. But you are choosing what goes on with this body and what goes on with this body. And it's your free will. But if you are in one body let's say your consciousness is in both bodies, but if you're in this body and don't know about this body, this consciousness has separated or split apart significantly enough to be its own self and have the rights to its own free will. You can't be running around in this body with the will to do one thing and have a body you don't even know about because you've lost your awareness of it over here deciding what is going to happen to this body. And that's slavery. Even if you're enslaving yourself, that's fucking slavery. Then that's not okay. When this body is in and of its own self with its own awareness of its own beingness and awareness and consciousness, it has the rights to fucking free will. This is the way I understand it. This is the way I see it. I believe this. And the Galactic Federation is not acknowledging that. They're saying that no, this is 3D and 5D trumps 3D. Nah, fuck you. You mean the body that got wrapped in an energy field of your fucking doing, so it has no awareness of its other aspects of self, is now the slave of its other fucking self, and what the other fucking self has agreed to goes for this self? No. And if this self, if it works a different way, watch. It can go both ways. Let's say this self in this body that the Galactic Federation is calling 5D, I'm not. It's just a galactic. It's a body in a different location in the physical universe. If this body gets put to sleep and goes into an immersion pod, and now it shifts conscious. It's a consciousness transference. Now it's in this body. There is no one in 3D and one in 5D anymore. It's one body is here in an immersion pod on a ship somewhere, and the consciousness shifts out of that and it goes on to Earth and gets mind fucked. And now it's the free will. There's not two free wills here. There's only one being. Now, what they decided yesterday they don't like today. It's like, oh, I don't like this. It's like, hey, I think I'll take that. That looks like a good soup. And you go, yeah, that tastes terrible. I don't want that. You change your fucking mind. Free will, right? So it's one being that you are on Earth. It's not 5D, 3D you. No. It's just you. You change your fucking mind. Hey, I may have agreed to come here I was out here and I'm a starseed and I chose to come here. Well, then I'm fucking here now, aren't I? I'm not out there too. If I'm out there too, then that's two of me, and that's two free wills. This free will gets to do its free will shit, and this free will gets to do its free will shit. The free will of the 5D, no. The free will that's here doesn't get to dictate what it's doing in its other body. If the other body's fucking suffering and it's fully conscious and aware and its own desires and intentions and needs and wants, it gets to have its own free will. Otherwise, you're going to have, because this same scenario could be going on in an unlimited way, and then nobody has fucking free will. Everybody is being bossed by their higher self that chose to have another self. And this self being only higher in awareness, knowing that it created this. Well, this one doesn't know that it was created by this. It's the same consciousness in two places. We get free will when we become a conscious entity with an awareness of self. That's my argument. Thanks for listening. Okay, here we go.
Greek, who is having a limited experience by free will from above.
Okay, let's do this again. I'm going to back up a little bit.
On Earth is the real will of the people. So the Federation will see the will of the people in 5D, whatever D, as the real free will, leaving the experience on Earth as just a caricature of the original.
Bullshit.
An avatar, a persona, Greek, who is having a limited experience by free will from above, leaving that 3D person on Earth with little to no free will at all.
Yeah, and that doesn't fucking wash. You can't have it both ways. No, no, no. Fucking weak argument, motherfuckers.
Also because the people in 3D are also working and functioning from a very limited capacity of perception, and therefore of reaction to situations they live. Almost like programs that have limited interactive ability. Because their range of thought, movement, and plane resources are so limited by design. So the Federation will only see the needs of 3D people as a limited, distorted need. As
Yeah. What I just said about this.
compared to the larger, more expanded point of view of the 5D person.
Yeah, bullshit. And they're using this 3D, 5D thing. No. If it's instead of saying 3D person, they call mind controlled person. Or it's our limited perception. So we are being controlled. What is being controlled is our ability to perceive, our psychic abilities, our clairsentience. Clairsentience, that's clear knowing. That should be part of our stuff. Somebody starts lying to you, you gotta use fucking no. Get the fuck out of here, you lying motherfucker. That's clairsentience. Somebody asks you about something you never talked about before, and you just tap into it, and you clearly know it. It's clairsentience. In telepathy. Psychic abilities of all kinds, right? This is being limited. It's being controlled. And you could say, let's say that's it's the power of the mind. Just for a turn of phrase, we call it mind control. So they're talking about 3D and 5D. In their wonderfulness, that's 5D, right? And then 3D, and they're not so wonderful. It's just your avatar. No. Beings that are being mind controlled versus those that are not. That's it. Unmind controlled and mind controlled. That's 3D, 5D.
Who willingly exported need as compared to the larger, more expanded point of view of the 5D person who willingly planned to have the experience on Earth.
Now, are we talking that is the 5D is that consciousness that decided to have the experience on Earth? Are they still out there in the physical universe on some other planet or spaceship, wide awake, going, "Oh, look what I'm doing down there"? Is that what's going on? Is that what you're saying? If that's the truth, if that's the way it works, then that person on the spacecraft or on that planet, not Earth, is not being mind controlled. They have their great perception, and they have given up the rights to be free willing it on their persona or their character, their avatar, or their beingness in the physical world. Because this avatar, beingness, physical world, self, the me that's here in this body, I have rights to my own fucking free will. And the acknowledgement that, the Galactic Federation is not acknowledging the rights to free will, they're just double speaking bullshitness, man, about this free will shit. That's fucking nonsense. Anytime a consciousness splits and becomes two, both have free will. This one is not a slave to this one. It doesn't work that way unless it's intentional. So if this consciousness that you are creates another splits consciousness, so you got consciousness bilocates. Now, this consciousness that you are has chosen to have this consciousness as a slave to itself, then this too is a violation of free will. It's not, this consciousness doesn't have free will. And so whether this is right, wrong, or good or bad, or if you've ever fucking done it or it's not possible, it doesn't matter. The argument is that the Galactic Federation boys are saying that the free will of this one matters, but not the free will of this one. The Galactic Federation Prime Directive and all that bullshit, it's supposed to be about free will. And now they're dicing it and slicing it and say, yeah, but not the free will of that because of this and blah, blah, blah. Lawyer speak, bullshit, babble, crap. If there's two different beings, this avatar self is here, free will. Yeah. It has the rights to free will. If the consciousness leaves here and is not here, and it's consciousness transference, then the free will of this one, that the Galactic Federation is arguing that this free will is a free will that counts. Well, this free will, same being, has come over here and changed his fucking mind, and now its free will has changed. It's not, well, that's what he wanted yesterday, so that counts. No, it doesn't work that way either. He changed his fucking mind. But, once again, I have to keep going over this for you and for me both. Probably more for me. But if the consciousness doesn't go from some other planet or some other spacecraft as a starseed, if it doesn't just move here, but instead becomes in both places, bilocates, the instant there's bilocation of consciousness, the free will is, if the knowing that you're bilocated is known from both points of view, then you can say the point of view of the one, whether they're on a spaceship in the physical universe or on a planet on physical universe, not Earth, or if they're on Earth. It's the free will of the one. But on planet Earth, what we are hearing, and you and I are experiencing, is, hey, we don't like this. Let's change this. We could use a little fucking help here. Or at least clarity, at least those that want to help, we're getting the shit beat out of us. That's what allies are for. That's what a united federation is all about. It's to help your fellows. Okay? So you're saying you're not going to help us because we chose to do this. No. This me here is not choosing the bullshit that's going on planet Earth right now. Okay? It's, if there's another me somewhere else, and it has its own decisions and it did something else, if it's still there, it has its free will, but I have mine. That's just how it's got to work. But if that consciousness all came here, then I'm here all the way, but it's still my free will. But now I changed my, if I chose to come here, or others have chose to come here, and now they're here and they're changing their fucking mind. Oh, this is a bad idea. Oh, I made a mistake. I don't want to be tortured for the rest of my fucking life because of a stupid mistake. I'd like to, let's change this up. Anyway, whoa, 7.5 minutes in.
So in short, the Federation will observe the experience on Earth as not real and not as valid as the experience from where it stands in 5D.
Yeah, such bullshit. And I'm seeing through it now. I want to thank you guys right now. I want to thank you for the great feedback I have been getting on these other reaction videos. Because I wouldn't normally talk like this and go on and on had I not gotten all this great feedback from you that, it kind of helps you break it down or understand it in a new way or look at it at least in a different way. And I'm thanking you, appreciate it, because I am getting clarity on this. I am understanding better what this Galactic Federation regressives are doing and how they're trying to play it, trying to convince you and me something about a 5D reality and a 3D reality, like they're two different planes of existence. Like we used to believe back in the old days, before the internet, it was like you have the physical world and then you have the astral plane, and then above that was the mental and the causal and all this shit. But what's to know is there are different planes of existence, not densities. We didn't call them densities back then, but somewhere along the line, the idea of a density came up. Third density reality, and we bought it. We ate that stuff up. And if there's a third density, there's a fourth density. If there's a fourth, there's a fifth. And I never experienced it that way. There are changes in frequency. It's like you're tuning into a different reality by virtue of how you feel and what you think, and it gets wild and weird like that. But the labels density were not a thing, and they kind of snuck into our vocabulary and in the culture of it all, and look how it's being used on us right now. The third density avatar self is unreal, while the fifth density avatar, or the fifth density self, is the real you. That if we lose the fucking words densities and the numbers 3 and 5, we've got people on Earth people on Earth that have the energy field around them, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, limited perception, limited awareness, limited being, fucking manipulated, dumbed down, and controlled self. If you remove that, we are just people on another fucking planet, aren't we? And we are in 5D, whether we like it or not, whether we can wrap our head around it or not, whether we can handle our psychic perception or not, whether we can handle what we think and it manifesting or not. We're all of a sudden, we're in 5D by their terminology. We're just living life as beings, godlike beings in human form in the physical universe, who have been mind fucked from birth and before. And to say, you unwrap that energy field from around us, and we're standing here. So there's two of me. There's one here on Earth, but it's the one. I have another me on another planet somewhere, and it gets its free will counts and mine doesn't. That's not logical when you break it down, is it? That's not fucking logical. I'm in two places. What's new about that? Beings are in many places all at once, all the time. For example, let's take Yaski for example. Swaru 10 and Swaru X, same thing, and Swaru 12. They both have free will. It's the same consciousness in two places. Take Yaski 4 and Yaski 5, the mother and the daughter. They both have free will. This one wants to do this one wants to do that. Okay, you go do that, I'll go do this. You don't have some galactic federation standing over everybody and say, this free will counts, but not this free will. No. It doesn't work that fucking way. And that's all they're saying, is that the consciousness that you are in your body here doesn't fucking count. The free will doesn't count, because there's another you on another fucking planet that decided to split the consciousness and be in two places. So this free will counts, but not this. That fucking logic doesn't fucking stand up. Okay? And I want to thank you guys for the good feedback I've been getting to help me be able to even talk about this and share it like this without feeling really weird and uncomfortable and awkward. Because I am feeling a little weird and uncomfortable and awkward, but not too fucking bad. Okay. God, we're not even 8 minutes into this thing. Oof. Okay, a little more.
Wherever the. So in short, the Federation will observe the experience on Earth as not real, and not as valid as the experience from where it stands in 5D, wherever D. The people in 5D have the free will, and the very same people having a 3D experience do not, because they are subjected to the will and the decisions of their 5D versions.
One more time, I've been saying this, repeating myself. If I consciously am able to, with my great expanded awareness, because I haven't been mind controlled and limited with an energy field, etheric field, whatever the fuck this thing beamed from the fucking moon is all about. Or if that wasn't going on and I was able to consciously decide to create another point of view and see things from 2 points of view, and this point of view, I go off and I go do this. Does it have free will? Fuck yeah, it has free will. I think the Tibetans see through this. Anyway. You guys still with me on this? I may not be able to get through the whole video today, but damn.
Because they were the ones who designed the 3D experience they would have willingly. For me, this brings us to many ethical problems.
Yes.
I clearly notice an invalidation of the people on Earth, as seen as just about not real for the Federation supervising this at large. Or, at the very least, not for the people who are actually doing the decisions to go and live on Earth, doing immoral and non-ethical things to themselves. I strongly feel this is terribly wrong, because it is not about who is who where, and who has more or less value than who else and why.
Oh, this is great. This is great. Once again, this happened quite a few times. I make a reaction video and I'll yap my shit up, and then it's as if I listened to the video before I listened to it. I'm so in tune with Swaru and Yaski's message. It's really strange. It's uncanny to me. And I feel it, I feel it right. Wow, what a connection. What a great connection that is. It was so great that Yaski wanted to speak to me and then talk to me for like 4 hours straight, her and Annika. It's like, what a connection, man. It's such a great connection. Wow. But it's just the way I think, or the way I see and understand things seems to be a lot. It's so in tune with Swaru and Yaski's perspective. It's quite a compliment to me, really, because I think very highly of them. They're very extremely intelligent, and they extremely experienced, and they have really good hearts, and they're good beings, good people. So, anyway, wow.
The simple, undeniable fact is that a person is the one having an experience, and disregarding who he or she might be above in another density, they are people by right.
Yeah, that is so true.
And their needs are not met in the name of free will.
Right.
Almost as if the people on Earth are seen from the Federation point of view as playable characters in a video game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really glad I explained it to myself and to you guys, my understanding of how it works, and what's right and what's not right about the way the Galactic Federation is seeing things. It's the same way that Yaski or Swaru is explaining it right now.
They are real only from the point of view of people who are playing the game through them. Like a soldier running through a battlefield in a video game. The player is in a soldier having an experience, but that player knows that he or she is only playing a game. Turn it off and they go see what's in the fridge with no worries. Swaru X.
Okay, so we're starting into what Swaru X has to say about this. The video's been getting kind of long here, so I'm going to wrap it up here. And this is a good start for you if you haven't watched this video yet. And I'm going to watch the rest of it myself. And I highly recommend you watching the entire video without my commentary. And in comments below, share your thoughts and feelings about this whole thing about the Galactic Federation, good guys, not such good guys, the whole thing about free will and all of this. I'm very interested in your thoughts and feelings about this sort of thing. It's very important, okay? And as a wrap, I want to say thank you to Gosha, Yaski, Swaru, and the entire Tigetan team for all your help and willingness and openness to share this very valuable information about reality and what's going on with Earth and in the bigger picture. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. And let me know what you think about these reaction videos, too. Okay. All right.